Today we're going to be making a video on how to change out inner axle, 4x4 axle for the front on this. This is a 97 Dodge 1500. No ABS in the front, so that's about what your hub's going to look like. No connections on there, and that's what your axle is going to look like. No tone ring, nothing, if that's no ABS. That's the wheel hub for this Dodge. That's what I'm going to be using in the front. This is the I got a Yukon axle. That's the Yukon axle. Pretty high dollar, but what I'm finding is these Dodge trucks kind of suck and they are weak pieces of shit. So I broke the axle on this side, but I already replaced it. It's getting worn in. We've been mudding with it before already, so it doesn't look too new, but it's a fucking sturdy axle. There's my newer nut, everything. New nut, because we're just gonna go all new instead of try and fuck around with taking that nut off, taking the hub apart, whatever else with you, because everything's new on that other side. So we'll just we'll throw all new parts together. It's easier than trying to fucking take apart rust. We're gonna use 1-inch 11/16 socket. This one's with 3/4 drive, and we are lucky enough to have a 3/4 drive torque wrench, because see, this is the wheel hub. That's the notice they give you on the wheel hub. So we have those. You're going to want to take apart your front, or take off your front caliper with a 3/8 Allen. That, and then this is a 12.14 millimeter. I'm going to use this. Take off these factory nuts down here, or bolts they call them, because they're bolts. And you can see where my axle came apart, started chewing up that bolt, probably the bottom of that one too, and there's 3, so why wouldn't it take the 3rd one? But we'll show you. We'll get the caliper off, we'll get the rotor off, we'll take the axle out, and you'll see, I'll show you guys why I changed these front axles to Yukons, because I just get so fucking tired of breaking shit on this truck. I would never buy another Dodge again, I don't think. Here we are, we're back. We got the caliper off. These Dodges, they are pretty cool. They come with these cute little arms you can hang the caliper on. We'll take these 3 bolts out. You got to turn once you loosen them, you got to turn the wheel so you can, clearance it right past that actual axle. I'm putting these Yukons in because, well, that and my duct tape job is probably not gonna last forever, so take those bad boys off. Ooh, not sliding off any of them, which is good. And yeah, that's a 14 millimeter metric on this thing, and that fits tighter than a 9/16. I've done it with a 9/16 actually, and it's just not right. If you want if you're gonna reuse them, if you want them to last, do this a couple times. Don't use a 9/16. Use the China tools, the metric tools, and we'll get this off and we'll show you what failed. Get the first nut out. Ain't look too happy, but you turn your wheel, you can clearance it. Oh yeah, we got enough on that one. These 3 guys, get them out. That is not looking too happy. but we are also not made of money, so those are going right back in. And yeah, so that's that. Let me get the, oh, you'll need a hammer. Let me go get a hammer. You turn your wheel back straight, you get at least a 4-pound hammer. And if you're lucky enough and you don't got a lot of rust and miles, I think this is a 94,000 mile truck. Tap, tap. This is a New England truck too. Look at that. We're lucky. Look at that. And that seal there, we're gonna just pray that that is still gonna be usable, because fuck that. Here's this. You're gonna want these. Don't break these. Take your dust shields. You'll need those. So this is our minty axle. He's able to split it right there. And with the amount of rust, I know it's been apart for a little bit, but the amount of rust, one could think it's been cracked for some time, and then once I started juicing it in 4-wheel drive, then it blew the crack apart, because that side let me down, this side let me down. So I replace them with Yukons, because right now we cannot get 2500 axles under this thing, because that is just way too much work for my daily driver. But we're gonna see how long these last. I'm sure once we put these in, they're gonna be strong enough that something else larger and harder to replace will break. So that's that. If I haven't said it already, this is an O'Reilly's Dorman part. You can get it, I don't know, the Dodge wheel hub nut. O'Reilly's got that one. I think I got these from AutoZone. Both of these came from AutoZone. They can price match if you know, find a cheaper one. They price match that. You can get those. They'll order those in. That's a special order part, obviously. But that's that. Next, grease your splines. Grease is always good. And then we're gonna start piecing things together and see how it goes. I forgot a cotter pin, so gonna find something. Let me do this and we'll get back and show you how we're doing. So that's that. Loosely set up down there, not fully torqued or nothing. A little bit of never sees because I got the wrong amount of grease. So it's some type of lubricant. We got never sees down there on the splines that go into the hub. And then we're gonna slip this in and I'll show you. We got a seal somewhere down in there. What the fuck is... You see that? What the hell is that coming out of my fucking ball joint? It's metal. Oh. Well, you saw it with me. These fucking Dodges suck. Oh, you know what? Maybe it's not all, because it did just rip the grease fitting off. It's not all Dodge fault then, I guess. But that's pretty funny. These ball joints suck. So, like I said, this seal, hopes and prayers, because it's deep in there, and I'm gonna throw some more fluid in into the diff itself, because I'm sure it's been leaking. I just haven't been paying attention. But slip this in real gently. Something I almost forgot, we'll give the wheel hub a little bit of grease here where it in the future will get stuck. So we'll put a little never sees there, and you're gonna want to do that. You want to, grease is your friend, you know. Give it a couple turny turns, slip your bolts in, you're looking fresh. No, I'm just kidding. This thing's a piece of shit. And you want to tighten those bolts up to tight, and I'm sure that wants to be tight too. So after you've done the turn to get your bolts in around the axle, you can kind of leave this out just a little bit. You can look through here, fit the bolt through these two shims. It gets a little, it's not tough, you just got to do it, you know. Fit those through that, get everything there. Bada bing, bada boom. You tighten them up to tight. That's about the torque spec. So we're at this point where you want to tighten that 175 foot-pounds. I'm sure I'm a little over this Amazon torque wrench. Lines don't really line up too great. And we got a breaker bar made in America. So if you break it, you take it to the truck and get a new one. We're not using the breaker bar for unintended purposes of it. And that's that. You're torqued up. I know I'm torqued up. So, look at that. Cotter pin hole lines up pretty damn well too. So, let's recap. I don't really know what I just did. Hopefully you know. But what I did, put a new axle in. Take some of the sunlight out. New axle. Those are tight. I don't know the torque spec and I don't really care. I'm sure I'm over it. You got to get a cotter pin on that. Don't let me forget that. Put the brakes back on. Use your 3/8 Allen for that. What else can I show? It's a pretty straightforward job, really. You just need hundreds of dollars worth of parts. And that's that. You have more fun. Hopefully we can make some more wheeling videos. You can go check out on YouTube, Beating on Our Trucks in, what's it, Massachusetts? I forget the name of the video. We posted it on this channel, so take a look at it. It's pretty funny. You can hear and see me break this front side. And that's that. We'll do it again. One thing I forgot to mention, these are side to side specific. The inner axle has 15 splines on this side. AutoZone is wrong on their description. When you buy it and look on their website, they just say 30, which 30 in or out, you don't know. But I looked it up on the Yukon website with the same part number. They tell you 15 on the inside and I think 30-ish. I'll be off on these numbers, I'm sure. 33, 30 on the wheel hub spline. And the driver's side is, it's not a 15 on the inner. I did it a while ago. It's probably a 30. Like I'm saying, I'll be off on the numbers. It might be a 30-ish spline on the inside one, and then the outside are the same. If you know what I'm trying to say. The wheel hubs are the same. The inside splines are different. A 15 on this side, maybe a 30 on that side. So be cautious of that. Don't buy two of the same axles because you'll only need one.